Black holes don't just bend light, they bend everything we think we know about the universe. Some of them are so massive they shouldn't even exist, according to our current physics. Others are doing things right now that have top scientists completely stumped. In this video, you're getting the 10 biggest black hole mysteries that still have no answer. If you're into space mysteries, hit subscribe. And let's get into it. Starting at number 10. At number 10, we have black holes that are way too big for their age. Scientists found supermassive black holes that existed less than 1 billion years after the Big Bang. That's a problem, because according to everything we know, there wasn't enough time for them to grow that large. We're talking about black holes billions of times the mass of our Sun. Some of these ancient giants weigh over 40 billion solar masses. They should have needed billions more years to reach that size. But here's the thing nobody talks about. They were already fully formed when the universe was basically a toddler, and scientists still don't know how they got there so fast. Coming in at number 9, Hawking radiation. Stephen Hawking predicted that black holes aren't actually permanent. They slowly leak tiny amounts of energy and eventually evaporate over time. Sound crazy? It gets weirder. This process would take longer than the current age of the universe for most black holes. So we've never actually observed it happening. It's one of the most famous predictions in physics, and it's still completely unproven. We're pretty sure it's real, but pretty sure isn't the same as proof. Number 8 is where things get strange, the information paradox. When something falls into a black hole, all the information about that object should be destroyed. But the laws of quantum physics say information can never be destroyed. Ever. So which rule wins? This has been one of the biggest debates in physics for over 40 years. Some of the smartest people on Earth have proposed solutions, and none of them fully work. You're probably wondering how that's possible, and honestly, so are they. Now, number 7 might surprise you. We've found small black holes, the ones formed from collapsed stars. And we've found supermassive ones, monsters sitting at the centers of galaxies. But the ones in the middle, intermediate mass black holes, are almost impossible to find. They should be everywhere based on our models, but we've only confirmed a handful. It's like finding every size of shoe except medium. It doesn't make sense. Some researchers think they might form completely different, and that's a whole separate mystery. Scientists have been searching for them for decades with no clear answer. At number 6, things get intense. Black hole burps. Yes, that's a real term. Black holes are known for consuming everything that gets too close. But sometimes they spit material back out. Massive jets of energy and matter blast outward at nearly the speed of light. These jets can stretch for thousands of light years, shooting material across entire galaxies. But here's the catch. Scientists can't fully explain why some material gets ejected instead of swallowed. The physics of what happens right at that boundary is still murky. It's like watching a vacuum cleaner suddenly throw everything into reverse, and nobody can find the switch. Number 5 is a game changer. Rogue black holes. Most black holes sit at the center of a galaxy, anchored in place by gravity. But some are just wandering through space, completely untethered. They just drift through the universe with no home galaxy, no orbit, no pattern. And here's where it gets really fascinating. We can't see them directly. They're invisible unless they pass near something and distort the light around it. Scientists estimate there could be hundreds of millions of them in our galaxy alone. Let that sink in for a second. At number 4 stands one of the deepest puzzles in modern physics. the firewall paradox. If you fell into a black hole, what would happen at the event horizon? Einstein's theory says you'd pass through smoothly and notice nothing unusual. But quantum mechanics says you'd hit a wall of searing energy and be instantly destroyed. Both of those theories are considered correct in their own domains. But they can't both be right for the proper answer. You'd think the smartest minds in physics could sort this out. This paradox has split the physics community right down the middle. And decades later, there's still no resolution. Number 3 will make you rethink everything. Black holes that spin. Some black holes rotate at over 80% the speed of light. That's hundreds of millions of miles per hour. Ready for the strangest part? They actually drag the fabric of space and time around with them as they spin. It's called frame dragging, and it means space itself is being twisted like taffy. Anything near a spinning black hole doesn't just fall in, it spirals. And the faster they spin, the more our equations start to break down. Coming in at number 2, what's actually at the center of a black hole? Every black hole is supposed to contain a singularity, a point of infinite density, where all the mass is crushed into zero space. But here's the thing, infinite is usually a sign that our math has failed. Physics really doesn't do well with infinities. It means our equations literally cannot describe what's happening there. We don't know if it's truly a point, a ring, or something else entirely. No one has ever observed a singularity, and it may be physically impossible to do so. It's the most fundamental mystery at the heart of every black hole, and we're basically guessing. And at number 1, the biggest mystery of them all. Could black holes actually create new universes? Some physicists have proposed that every black hole births a new universe on the other side. What we see as a singularity might actually be the starting point of an entirely separate reality. Now, you'd expect this to be fringe science, but it's not. Respected physicists like Lee Smolin have built serious theoretical frameworks around this idea. It would mean our own universe might exist inside a black hole from a parent universe. That's not science fiction. It's a legitimate hypothesis being debated right now. And if it's true, everything we think we know about reality changes. Black holes bend light, break physics, and challenge every model we've built to explain the universe. These 10 mysteries are just the ones we know about, and the real answers might be stranger than anything we've imagined. Subscribe for more from Infinity Veil, and check out our shorts for quick space facts you won't want to miss.